Hi, everybody. You're missing a lesson because of Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut. So I'm preparing a Nearpod for you to work on your own. And in this section, I want to introduce patterns of organization, the way the paragraph or a text is organized logically. So up until now in the Nearpod, we talked about connecting words that show relationships of cause and effect, comparison, contrast, illustration, time order, listing, or steps in a process, and so on. And now we're gonna take it to the next level: how to organize your thoughts if they're more than one sentence, which is what you'll need also for the summaries and your outlines, and of course your presentations at the end. So if you look at the screen here, you can see that the patterns of organization, the way we organize information, are exactly the same groups as the connector groups: addition, cause and effect. And we can see an example of words of cause and effect: since, as a result; illustration, which means examples. Examples of illustration words can be, for example, for instance, EG, okay, and other. You can look at the table on the Nearpod. There's a link. Time order, since, and if we're talking, and of course, I'm going to add here since and years, dates, time. All of these show me time order. List, it can be like time order or a new section. I really don't care. It's also related to addition. When we show the order of steps: first, second, third, lastly, to begin with, okay? Comparison and contrast. Comparison is looking for similarity. I'm going to write here similarly. Okay, that's an example of a comparison word. And contrast, however. Definition and example, or general statement and example, they're patterns of organization which many times are combined with the ones above. Okay, so if you look at your text and your outlines, you'll see many of the paragraphs start with a general statement and then they support it with examples or facts and so on. Okay? Um, Great. So I just want to do the first exercise with you or for you, and then um, you can do all the rest on Nearpod. So if we look at the first text, uh, you have three questions about these texts. What is the topic? What is the pattern of organization? And what are the markers or connectors? So the topic, I'm reminding you, is not the main idea. Okay, so a main idea is a complete sentence, and it includes the topic, and it's the message about the topic. Okay, I hope you remember that. Anyway, if we look here, we can see that the first sentence, we can say that it's very general and it's probably the main idea sentence. Okay? And we can check this, of course. We look at the rest of the paragraph, and if the rest of the paragraph supports this, so we're good. Okay? Compared to their friendships with men, both men and women report their friendships with women to be higher in intimacy, enjoyment, and nurturance. So this, of course, supports the first sentence. And I'm jumping to question 2 for a minute. What is the pattern of organization? And when I look at the first 2 sentences, I can start guessing that because of these words are less and more and compared to. So I'm starting to take a look and I can see that it's probably comparison and contrast, right? And you can take a look and see. I'm just going to do a few more to prove my point. Higher, smiled more, okay? More than. So it's a very clear pattern of comparison and contrast. So then you would write here, what is the pattern of organization? Comparison and contrast. Okay? Again, I'm just doing it so that you can practice the rest. And the markers, I already wrote some markers, so you can copy and paste these. Okay. Now they're not the only types of markers. We also have, such as is illustration, but it's not that's not a marker of comparison and contrast, so you don't need to copy that. Okay. Sometimes I'm already preparing you. Sometimes we have more than one pattern of organization. So, but then I'll ask that clearly. Okay. Then the last question is, what is the topic? And here I'm actually not going to tell you. That's going to be part of your Nearpod. But I'm reminding you that a topic should never be a complete sentence. Okay. So when you practice this, and we'll discuss it next week in class, so make sure that you're not writing a complete sentence. Now, what is a complete sentence? A complete sentence, I'll remind you, is subject plus verb plus complement. Okay? So it should never be a complete sentence, but it can be more than one word or two words. So as long as it's not a complete sentence and you're correct, so enjoy. So the rest of the Nearpod, I'll arrange it in a way where you have to read short paragraphs and answer questions. So have a good week. Bye.